Ladies and gentlemen, I have to say this is honestly my favorite part of the event. This is the moment when I get to really challenge the panel, ask them the tough questions that I don't have answers to, and really push for some transparency. Because usually, outside of this setting, Bank probably wouldn't get the chance to question VIB directly, and VIB probably wouldn't just open up and share all their insights with Bank. But here on this panel, I have the unique opportunity to ask everything that's been on my mind. So as a CIO, I'm really passionate about AI and all its potential, but honestly, sometimes I wonder about the real challenges it brings. The real challenge for LAN is figuring out how to actually make money from AI. Every time LAN meets with the chairman, the first question he gets is about the high cost of investing in AI. Anyone who's ever tried to buy an H100 or an A100 graphics card knows how insanely expensive they can be, and that's just the hardware. On top of that, there are operational costs like the electricity bills and maintaining the data center infrastructure. If you're not running AI on premise and instead using the cloud, every token processed incurs a cost. So in reality, AI is definitely not cheap at all. The question then becomes, how do you prove its effectiveness and justify the investment to the people footing the bill? That's exactly the first question I want to ask Min and Hung, who work at VIB and Momo respectively. Can you share some specific examples where you've applied AI in your operations? And how do you explain and demonstrate its value to those responsible for covering the expenses? Who wants to take it first? All right, let's have Hung go first. About a year ago, Momo made big headlines saying it wanted to become everyone's AI financial assistant, right? Could you tell us more about how that vision came about and how you've been working towards it since then?
My situation's a bit different from Lan's. Lan explains everything in detail to the CEO, especially about investments like the H100 or A100 cards. But my CEO keeps pushing me. Why aren't you using AI yet? Get it implemented quickly. So our daily pressures are different. Lan mentioned buying one H100 card, but I actually bought two last year. I saw some debate in the survey about whether to focus on technology or people first. I think it's best to identify the use cases and business value before focusing on tech or people readiness. Otherwise, you risk investing in technology too early without a clear plan. To me, it's about balancing the human side, business goals, and using the right technology at the right time. That's how I see it.
At Momo, we always begin by identifying the use case first. Once we find a use case that truly generates revenue, only then do we move on to discuss possible solutions, because really the solutions are just tools to support that initial goal. It's fine even if we don't use technology. If people can still make money without it, let them do their thing. But if over time we realize that only by using technology can we really save on resource costs, then that's when we need to bring in the tech. Regular technology will do. But if later we see that AI can actually help us, we use AI when it helps us save more or scale faster. Just a few days ago, Momo proudly won two AI awards at the AI Summit organized by VNFest under the theme AI for Vietnam, recognizing our innovation in this field.
The use case Momo entered in the competition is one I want to share as an example here.
Momo built a smart credit scoring system. It sounds simple, but it uses complex algorithms and data to assess creditworthiness accurately.
Everyone does credit scoring, right?
Uh-huh.
In recent years, we've talked a lot about Gen AI and its potential impact on various industries. But from my perspective, predictive AI is actually the technology that's truly driving revenue and business growth right now. Gen AI, for the most part currently, serves more as a form of entertainment and creative expression rather than a solid revenue generator. The crucial point isn't really about the technology itself, but rather about selecting the right practical use cases that can generate value. For instance, risk scoring presents an enormous market opportunity along with strong customer demand. Momo, in particular, has significant potential to use this approach to better serve its users. Moreover, this kind of solution enables us to deepen collaboration with partners like LAN and Min, helping us enhance the overall service experience for our customers. So when you consider projects like these, for Momo, they're essentially no-brainers, important and strategic initiatives that we simply must pursue to continue delivering value and growth.
No worries about how much to invest. It's really simple and manageable.
I could talk a lot about this because
You have this habit of going all in when discussing topics. Now, Predictive AI and scoring have been discussed quite a lot over the past 4 years. Given all this, what exactly sets Momo's solution apart from the rest? And can you explain how AI is integrated into Momo's approach?
About a year ago, I was here talking about how AI, whether predictive or generative, relies heavily on data. What sets Momo apart is its huge user base, over 30 million active users now. On average, Momo processes 15 to 17 million transactions daily. But on peak days, that jumps to 30 or even 40 million transactions. This massive activity not only proves Momo's reliability but also generates vast data, which is key for training AI models and improving predictions.
Those transactions are real, with real money moving through real accounts every day, so Momo's data is solid and reliable.
It's quite different from other market solutions, which I find really striking. Since we handle a high volume of work, we also face many different kinds of attacks and challenges on a daily basis. Many teams actively try to fool our AI systems in creative ways. For example, on Facebook, there are numerous groups sharing detailed strategies on how to bypass AI detection measures. It's a constant and ongoing battle to stay ahead of these tactics, which keeps us constantly alert and vigilant.
How do we manage unsecured loans and credit? Momo has learned a lot from experience and gained valuable insights. External solutions often struggle to adapt quickly to market changes, while Momo's in-house solutions evolve more organically and respond better because they're tailored specifically for those shifts. We invest there, earn money there, and live with it daily. So, to me, that's the biggest difference. Regarding algorithms or technology, honestly, so far there hasn't been much difference at all.
Thanks, Hung. Now I'll hand it to Min from VIB, a bank using lots of AI. Min, could you share some interesting VIB AI use cases with us today?
You can see how enthusiastic Mr. Lan is today. In his role, he's free to ask any questions. He was Deputy CEO and Director of Retail Banking and IT at Vietin Bank, so he truly understands the industry's spirit and challenges. A common big question is, can AI really generate revenue? This often pops up in banks. Mr. Lan wanted to know AI's practical use cases in banking. They mainly fall into three areas: growth, productivity, and risk management. Growth is about sales and marketing, productivity is improving efficiency, and risk is managing threats. For example, credit scoring is a clear risk application. A few years ago, we faced a similar challenge, speeding up credit card issuance. Usually, it takes about a week to receive a card after applying, which is inconvenient for customers who want faster service. So we wondered how to make this process quicker and smoother. Usually when you apply for a credit card, the process is quite long. You have to wait about a week just to receive it, right? But VIB has introduced a groundbreaking product that changes all that. With this new solution, you can actually get the card and start using it within just 30 minutes. It's completely online, so no need to visit a branch or wait in line. All you have to do is register online, and within half an hour, your card is ready to go. The cost for implementing this solution isn't very high, but the benefits are enormous. Many companies on the market outsource credit card sales and charge as much as 2 or 3 million VND per card, which is quite common. So from a financial perspective, the benefits of this project are absolutely clear and significant. Now, when it comes to other solutions like those that require more traditional processing, there are definitely more challenges to consider. But this innovation truly sets a new standard for ease and speed in banking services. For example, let's talk about our call center project. Right now, we have hundreds of staff working there, but sometimes our drop calls reach up to 15%. That means out of every 100 calls, 15 simply go unanswered. Naturally, this means the call center needs to hire more people to handle the volume. So we need to increase staffing by roughly the same percentage to reduce those drop calls and improve customer service. We've got a team of several dozen people, maybe 50 or 60. Now, here's the question. We're selling tons of cards, leading the market by far. So with this rapid increase in cards, do we really need to hire a lot more people to keep up? That's exactly where AI comes into the picture. So how do AI and humans work together effectively? We collaborated with our partners and discovered a practical formula. For every one AI bot, it's like having a third of a human counterpart's capacity. Only a third of a human counterpart. And with bots, you can scale up as much as you want, right? Plus, our call drop rate dropped from 15% down to just 3%. And when we surveyed customers, over 93% were satisfied with the bot's answers.
I like this part. I'm curious, so let me ask you this. When it comes to transforming the call center, are you using a voice bot or a chat bot?
Voice bot.
Voice bot. Okay. Have you ever had a case where it calls and then gives the wrong answer? I mean, has the voice bot ever given customers wrong info, gotten confused, or messed up?
Exactly. Tracking customer satisfaction is key. Over 93% of users are happy with the bot's answers, which is impressive. This project started years ago before AI was mainstream. It was mostly rule based. So, when customers asked tough questions, the system forwarded them to a human agent. This setup let us replace 60 to 70 staff members with the bot. During peak times, it handles the workload of about 100 people. For example, late at night when call volumes drop, the bot runs smoothly. Another AI use is in call center verification. Customers usually give personal info like name, phone number, ID, and birth date. But recent data breaches expose millions of customers' information, which is risky. If the system could verify callers securely in other ways, it would improve data protection and boost user confidence. Basically, with calls, the call center can quickly recognize you as the customer through our system. A few years back, we introduced an innovative solution called Voice DNA, which identifies customers uniquely by analyzing their voice patterns. So, for example, if Mr. Nguyen Van A calls multiple times, the system immediately recognizes him on subsequent calls without needing to ask the usual security questions. When you break it down financially, those verification questions typically take about a minute to ask. And now that step is completely eliminated. This means significant time savings and cost reductions, making it much more economical compared to using a human agent. In a nutshell, it all boils down to solid numbers and practical use cases. Spending $1 to make 3 is truly the goal, and that's what really matters in the end. Spending $1 to make 3, that's what counts.
Do you use chatbots or mostly voice bots?
Mainly voice bots are used, especially in situations like call centers where they perform better, while chatbots are typically used for other types of customer interactions.
Yes, thank you.
Chatbot is used on mobile banking.
Yes, I learned two key things. A chatbot is about a third as capable as a human, which was surprising. And it's crucial to check quality and satisfaction scores thoroughly when deploying AI. These steps are essential for success. Now, I want to ask Mr. Kang about hallucination is a major concern. Vietnam Bank uses AI extensively internally but hasn't deployed Gen AI for customers yet, mainly due to worries about inaccurate responses. From a tech company's view, how mature is Gen AI for customer use? Also, what methods can we use to reduce hallucinations and make AI more reliable?
Thanks for the question, and thanks, Lan. So, about deploying Gen AI, there's this recent notion floating around that 95% of Gen AI projects fail. Honestly, I'm not fully convinced by that. We have to remember that many of these projects are still in early trial stages, so it's a bit harsh to label them outright failures at this point. Right now, the way we deploy Gen AI is somewhat like middle or high school level, metaphorically speaking. Mostly, Gen AI is used as an assistant tool, so humans still play a major role in guiding and supervising it. When Gen AI hallucinates or produces wrong answers, we currently accept that as part of the process. Sometimes, organizations try to handle errors by simply removing the bad data, but that's not an ideal approach because it can harm learning. I've been involved in reviewing and assessing project trainings for Gen AI, where the teams first try to identify exactly how and why the output was incorrect. Then they work carefully on methods to fix these issues and improve accuracy. So essentially, it's an ongoing journey of refining and learning, far from a failure, more of an evolving process where trial and error is essential for progress.
Usually, teams do two basic things. First, they do visual checks, like test runs reviewed by managers with reports. They don't have automatic testing tools yet. Second, when they spot errors or bad data, teams exclude bad data to prevent the bot from learning errors. If the model isn't strong enough, it might learn flaws. So we block bad inputs and feed correct info instead. It's like raising a bot, guiding it to answer as we want. Instead of letting it make mistakes, we stop those mistakes up front. The method is called AI observability, a concept about 6 months old. It means having an independent system monitor and judge AI's output constantly to ensure accuracy. This creates a continuous feedback loop that aligns AI behavior with our expectations and reduces hallucinations from the start.
Alongside the AI system running, it doesn't just operate independently, it regularly interacts with and evaluates itself. Specifically, sometimes it works by using another large language model, or Gen AI, running in parallel to the main AI system. When the Gen AI's response falls short or the evaluation metric isn't met, it feeds that back to what we call the judge LLM, acting like a judge reviewing and reassessing the outcome carefully. This ongoing feedback loop allows the system to keep operating smoothly and consistently improve its performance over time. Whenever errors or inaccuracies appear, the AI observability team steps in, using various sets of metrics and test cases to further train and tune the AI. We create a predefined test suite, which has been validated by a kind of judge, almost like human certification, to ensure quality and reliability. As the AI team deploys it into real world scenarios, we continuously evaluate and adjust the system accordingly. Essentially, it acts like a voting system designed to assess, refine, and raise the accuracy of the results, keeping the AI reliable and effective for its users throughout its life cycle.
Exactly. Tech companies are working really hard right now to establish clear and effective concepts around AI governance.
Yeah, there are lots of features. One is to validate results, and then there are security features. Companies are collaborating to improve these so the model can be evaluated independently. This helps us prevent hallucinations. Beyond data training and cleansing to avoid poisoning, think of the model like a kid learning, making lots of mistakes. There's a sort of judge constantly assessing and providing feedback on the results. It's a parallel process aimed at improving the model's hallucination issues.
Thanks for sharing that. That's definitely something important I need to learn more about to really understand its benefits. I actually have to tell you about something similar. Vietnam Bank has rolled out a chatbot we call Genie the Black One. It's been trained extensively on about 2,000 of our policy documents specifically to assist and support our staff effectively. I don't have that kind of system. AI alone was used to evaluate countless inquiries, so I opted to pay using our COM system. When Vietnam Bank first started this, they received around 10 to 13,000 questions daily from branches to headquarters. Normally, answering these questions would take several hours, sometimes even longer for complex issues. But now, AI can respond within just a few seconds, which has dramatically boosted productivity and significantly cut cost across the board. However, AI still isn't perfect. It does make mistakes. To address this, I created a reward program. Any staff member who finds a wrong answer gets 100,000 VND as a bonus. And let me tell you, with 20,000 employees actively testing, mistakes were caught like never before, far more than anyone anticipated. This helped us improve our system tremendously because many of our documents were outdated or inconsistent. Previously, without AI, we had to rely solely on the COM system and pay people to manually respond to all inquiries, which was time consuming and inefficient. Now, the combination of AI and human oversight has truly transformed how we operate, making everything faster and more reliable while saving substantial resources.
It also found many issues and improved things a lot, making our system much more reliable and efficient overall.
I think coming to this forum today was definitely a win. Honestly, I hadn't seen anyone really pay to detect errors before, at least not in banking. Now, about AI, it sometimes just fabricates things, right? VIB faced that too, hesitant to go public with AI because of mistakes. But we took the risk and launched an AI assistant on our mobile app after 18 months development. Even after a year, it still made mistakes and gave wrong answers. It was challenging, but we learned a lot along the way.
You pay customers if they spot errors, then
Not yet. Right now, there's a chance to pay customers who spot errors, but honestly, the error rate is low. Accuracy is over 97%, so most answers are correct. We still need to refine a few things to improve the process further. The scope is limited to answering based on the bank's website about the bank's products and services, not everything.
Hung, I was wondering, have you and your team actually started using AI to assist customers at Momo yet?
Sure, I'll explain our chatbots at Momo. We have about 40 in total, but two main ones serve customers directly. The CS chatbot for support and Moni, which helps users manage their expenses. We're currently discussing selling Moni to some business partners. We're excited about its potential to expand and help more people beyond our platform. We sold the Moni solution to some partners. The reason we succeeded is twofold. First, we already rolled it out to customers. And second, guys like Lan tried Moni and found it way smarter than typical chatbots. So yeah, I'm pretty proud.
Which platform is this built on? Did you develop it yourselves or is it based on OpenAI's LLM or something else?
Honestly, I really don't think anyone here actually builds their own large language model completely from scratch these days.
No, you shouldn't build it yourself.
Yes.
So which model do you rely on?
On the architecture side, we usually build a foundational layer that supports the whole system. So the engine sits right on top and it plugs right in seamlessly. Depending on the problem you're tackling, you can pick your approach flexibly. If you're aiming for a budget-friendly option, then you go open source. Something like Llama 3 or Deep 6 works well. Now, if speed is your priority, you might pick GPT, but specifically the GPT-4 Mini because it's optimized for faster results. On the other hand, if you're looking for the premium experience with full reasoning and complex understanding, then you opt for the full GPT-4 or even the upcoming GPT-5. What's great about our current architecture is that it allows folks deploying various use cases to choose the best model based on their specific needs. Some tasks, such as basic Q&A, aren't very complex. You don't need the heaviest model for that. But for tasks that require some serious reasoning, that's when you start selecting models that can handle deeper thinking. At Momo, we've even built a benchmark system that assesses which model fits which question best, and we run thorough tests to support this. So when you're building your use case, you basically feed it the questions. We ask around, and the model underneath runs and scores instantly. For questions like this, it's vital to choose the model providing the smoothest, most accurate answers tailored to the customer's needs. To handle hallucinations, Momo built an extra monitoring system alongside the main one, which isn't too complex. Previously, Momo had social features like chat, feeds, and user content, with filters blocking harmful or false info. We adjusted that filtering system slightly to match Momo's internal docs, ensuring accurate responses. If an error is detected, the system flags it immediately and sends a notification for review. This way, responses improve in accuracy over time, keeping trust and quality. This process strengthens the whole framework and helps keep answers coherent and safe. Feeding it back, the system then forwards the issue to a human agent who says, okay, AI couldn't quite answer this one, but would the customer like to talk to a live agent instead? What's particularly interesting here is that when AI misses the mark or can't answer a question correctly, human agents often face the same challenge and give incorrect answers too. So really, the issue isn't just the AI or the staff, it's much deeper. It comes down to the complexity of our documentation and the internal processes we have set up. Even frontline staff who interact with customers directly every day often find it hard to fully understand the intricate details happening behind the scenes. So honestly, I can't pinpoint exactly what the perfect solution is. But whenever we identify problems like this, we approach it by fixing the root causes rather than just treating the symptoms. That means revising and simplifying our data and processes continuously, because maintaining a strong, clear foundation is absolutely key to improving both AI performance and human support over time.